Hey everybody, I see here. Let's talk about a couple of things. First off, President Biden, why are you promising $1 billion to some African prince when you have citizens in the Carolinas that are still suffering from a hurricane and haven't received any aid? So, number one, that's one of the things that you really should be addressing instead of sucking up to other countries and trying to make your legacy be more than it is. I recommend you start putting emphasis on the people that placed you into office. And on that note, this is a public service announcement to all of the Democrats that are, and even the rhinos, that are saying they're not going to attend the inauguration of our soon-to-be 47th president, Donald J. Trump. And here's what I say to you. You are an elected representative, which means that you speak for the people. Well, the people spoke at the ballot box. President Trump won not just the electoral vote, but he also won the popular vote, which is a rarity for a Republican to receive. I think the last one was Ronald Reagan. So, I say to all of you, rhinos and Democrats alike, if you are not going to attend the inauguration of our 47th president, then kindly submit your resignation letters today. And I say this in all seriousness. You are supposed to be the representatives of not just the Democrats that elected you, but you are also supposed to represent the independents and the Republicans in your district as well. Failure to openly place their needs over your own and not attending the inauguration is a clear message to the voters that you only care about what you want and not what they want. And that warrants you having to be removed from office and a special election being held to get your replacements. I'm sorry, but the people have spoken this election, and you had better darn well listen. Right now, I know that you are having all these meetings trying to figure out where did things go wrong. Well, I can tell you. And even though I'm a Republican, I have a tendency to vote as an independent, and sometimes I've even voted as a Democrat. But what I will tell you is this. Americans are tired of being told you have to accept a person believing that they are a female when they are clearly a male. Americans are tired of placing our daughters in jeopardy by allowing mentally deranged males to enter the locker rooms or the bathrooms in which we give them that respect and not go in ourselves. However, these people are mental cases and they believe that they are actually a different sex. So they feel emboldened and they want to walk in. That is not what the American people want. You've got to remember this. Over 350 million people live in the United States. Less than 9% of that are gay and lesbian. Out of that 9%, approximately 1% are transgender. So, you can do your own math. I'm not going to tell you. But the nation is not going to change and kowtow and suck up to less than 1% of the entire nation's population because it's socially acceptable. I'm sorry. It's not socially acceptable. It's mentally acceptable by a bunch of morons that agree to it. How can you agree to someone's delusion? That's being a moron. Regardless, you're supposed to stand up for common sense, and you don't have it. So, we got that going on. That's why, number one, why the Democrats didn't win. Common sense seems to be elusive, and you don't understand that. The American people are tired of Democrats throwing money around like it is never ending. All this money, what was it, another 50 billion or something going to Ukraine? For what? You haven't even repaired the problems within our own country. and you're throwing money away. And there's no guarantee we're going to get the money back. So that's another reason why people are getting tired of the crap going on in D.C. And now you got this issue with the drones, and no one wants to fess up to what's going on. I had an unconfirmed report that someone saw one of these drones spraying a chemical over an area in New Jersey. Now, I don't know how true that is. Like I said, it's unconfirmed. But think about this. If the federal government is not doing anything for these drones, if we had, 180 sightings, 150 sightings just in one night? If the drones are carrying nerve agents and they fly over a city or a community and they spray it, that means you're going to kill the community. It means you're going to wipe the people off the face of the earth because no one wants to take accountability like they did for those 2 Chinese spy balloons and bring it down. You can deal with the damage after you bring it down, but you know something? You've got to bring it down, period. And if there is, in fact, a Iranian drone ship or even a Chinese drone ship out there, and they're launching these vehicles into U.S. airspace, sorry, but that's an act of war. Or didn't you think about that? So, Democrats, that's another reason why we don't trust you. Because you've got people in the Pentagon saying there's nothing to see here. You said that about the drones, about the balloons. You said everything was fine for the withdrawal from Afghanistan. You botched the security for President Trump, and he got shot. And there was a second attempt on his life. I'm sorry, but your track record stinks, which is why the American people are going to remove you from office. Now, this is a message to all the Republicans out there. We have spoken. We have told you who we want in office. We told you who we want to listen to. We told you who we want to secure our country. And you better get behind them, or else you're going to be out the door. It is time to stop kowtowing, catering, kissing butt to lobbyists, big pharmaceutical companies, big industries. You need to outlaw all lobbyists from D.C. You need to outlaw anyone working in D.C. from working for any of these organizations for at least a year after they leave office. You have to start setting hard rules for these people. Oh, and for all these, 42,000 government employees that are getting a pass from the Biden administration saying you can work from home? We pay your salary. And we say, no, you're not. You're going to be in the office working. Think about this. At any time, day or night, if you are supposed to be working and you are not at that computer terminal, when a Zoom call comes in to speak to you, you're fired. If at any time you are supposed to be working and you are sitting at a swimming pool and you get a sudden knock on the door from an inspector, you're fired. Now, from now on, you're going to start earning that paycheck that we, the taxpayers, are putting in your pocket. You don't like it? Burger King is always hiring. I see out.